Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Learning Podcast, the place where you can improve your English in a simple, natural, and confident way. My name is Jason, and I'm really excited to be here with you today because we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner struggles with at some point, and that is how to think fast and speak smart in English.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia, and I'm so happy to join you again. And Jason, I think this is one of the most important topics for learners because many people understand English, they know vocabulary, they even know grammar, but when it's time to speak, they suddenly feel stuck, nervous, or completely blank.
Exactly, Julia. It's like your brain just stops working in that moment. You want to say something, you have ideas in your mind, but you can't express them quickly in English. And that delay makes you lose confidence, and sometimes you don't speak at all.
Yes, and this happens to beginners and even intermediate learners. You might be thinking, why can't I respond quickly? Why do I need so much time to think? Well, don't worry, because in today's episode, we are going to help you solve this problem step by step. Delay makes you lose confidence, and sometimes you don't speak at all.
That's right. In this podcast, you will learn how to train your brain to think faster, how to use simple and smart sentences, and how to respond more naturally in real conversations without fear.
And the best part is, we're going to keep everything simple, practical, and easy to follow, so you can start using these techniques in your daily life immediately.
So if you've ever felt nervous, slow, or unsure when speaking English, this episode is just for you.
Stay with us, practice with us, and by the end of this episode, you'll feel more confident to think fast and speak smart in English.
Let's get started. All right, let's talk about the real problem. Why is it so difficult to think fast in English? I mean, you've probably studied vocabulary, learned grammar rules, and maybe even practiced listening. But when it comes to speaking quickly, something just doesn't work. So, what's really going on?
That's a very important question, Jason. And honestly, the biggest reason is something many learners don't even realize. They are trying to translate everything from their native language into English before they speak. This habit slows down your brain a lot.
Exactly. So instead of thinking directly in English, your brain is doing extra work. First, you create a sentence in your own language, then you try to translate it into English, and by the time you're ready to speak, the moment is already gone.
Yes, and that's why conversations feel stressful. You feel pressure because people are waiting for your response, and inside your mind, you're still building the sentence. That delay creates anxiety.
And let's not forget another big problem: fear of making mistakes. Many learners want to speak perfectly. They don't want to make grammar errors or say the wrong word, so they pause, they think too much, and sometimes they say nothing.
That's so true. But the reality is, this fear actually blocks your ability to think fast. When you focus too much on being perfect, your brain becomes slow and confused instead of quick and natural.
Another reason is lack of real speaking practice. Many learners spend a lot of time reading or listening, which is great, but they don't practice speaking enough. And speaking is a skill. If you don't practice it regularly, your brain won't get faster.
Exactly. Think of it like training a muscle. If you don't use it, it doesn't grow. In the same way, if you don't practice quick speaking, your brain won't learn how to respond quickly in English.
So when you combine all these problems, translating, fear of mistakes, and lack of practice, you get one result: slow thinking and hesitation while speaking.
But don't worry, because the good news is this. You can fix all of these problems with the right techniques and daily practice.
That's right. And in the next part, we're going to explain what it really means to think fast and speak smart, because it's not what most people think. So now, let's understand something very important. What does it really mean to think fast and speak smart in English? Because many learners misunderstand this idea. They think it means speaking very fast, using advanced vocabulary, or sounding like a native speaker.
Yes, and that's actually not true at all. Thinking fast and speaking smart is not about speaking perfectly or impressively. It's about responding quickly with simple, clear, and natural English that people can easily understand.
Exactly. In real life, communication is not about big words or complex grammar. It's about expressing your idea in a simple way, without long pauses or confusion.
For example, instead of trying to build a long, perfect sentence in your mind, you can just say something short and clear. Even a simple response like, "I think it's a good idea," or "I'm not sure, but maybe we can try," is already smart communication.
That's a great point. Smart speaking means choosing clarity over complexity. It means using the English you already know, instead of stopping and searching for difficult words.
And thinking fast means training your brain to react naturally in English, without translating or overthinking. It's like building a habit. Your brain becomes faster because it is used to the language.
So instead of asking yourself, how can I sound perfect? You should ask, how can I respond quickly and clearly?
Yes, that small mindset change can make a huge difference in your speaking confidence.
And the good news is, you don't need advanced English to do this. You just need the right approach and consistent practice.
Exactly. And in the next part, we're going to give you simple, powerful steps that will help you train your brain to think faster and speak smarter every day.
All right, now it's time for the most important part. How can you actually train your brain to think fast in English? Don't worry. We're going to break this down into simple and practical steps that you can start using today.
Yes, and remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. So let's start with the first step. Step 1. Stop translating in your head. This is the biggest change you need to make. Stop translating from your native language into English. Instead, try to think directly in English, even if your sentences are very simple.
Exactly. For example, instead of thinking a long sentence in your language and then translating it, just think in short English ideas like, I'm tired, I like this, or I need help.
At the beginning, it may feel uncomfortable, but this is how your brain becomes faster over time. Step 2. Use simple sentence patterns.
The second step is to train your brain with simple and common sentence structures. You don't need complicated grammar to speak fast.
Right. You can use patterns like, "I think, I feel, I want to." In my opinion, these simple structures help you start speaking quickly without thinking too much.
And once you start speaking, your brain will naturally continue the sentence. Step 3. Practice quick responses. Steps every day.
Step 3 is all about daily practice. You need to train your brain to respond quickly. Ask yourself simple questions like, "What did I do today? What do I want to eat? What am I thinking right now?"
And then answer immediately in English. Don't wait. Don't overthink. Even if your answer is short, that's okay. The goal is speed, not perfection. Step 4. Learn ready-to-use phrases. The fourth step is very powerful. Learn and use ready-to-use phrases. These are small expressions that give you time to think while still speaking.
Yes, for example, let me think, That's a good question, I'm not sure. But these phrases make you sound natural and confident even when you need a few seconds to organize your thoughts.
Exactly. Instead of staying silent, you stay in the conversation. And that's the key to fluent communication.
So if you follow these 4 steps, stop translating, use simple patterns, practice daily, and use helpful phrases, you will slowly train your brain to think faster in English.
And remember, this is a process. You won't become fast overnight, but if you practice every day, you will definitely see improvement. All right, Julia, let's imagine we're having a normal, everyday conversation. No pressure, no perfect grammar, just natural and quick responses. Are you ready?
Of course, let's do it.
Okay, here's a simple question. What did you do this morning?
Let me think. I woke up early, had a cup of coffee, and then I did some reading. It was a quiet and relaxing morning.
Nice. That was quick and clear. You didn't try to make it perfect. You just spoke naturally. All right, next question. What do you usually do when you feel stressed?
That's a good question. I usually take a short walk or listen to music. It helps me relax and think more clearly.
Great answer. Simple, but very effective. Now let me ask something a bit different. What's something new you want to learn?
I'm not sure, but maybe I want to learn a new language or improve my communication skills even more.
That's interesting. And you see, even when you said, I'm not sure, you were still speaking. You didn't stop. You kept the conversation going.
Exactly. That's the key. You don't need to have a perfect answer immediately. You can use small phrases to give yourself time and then continue speaking.
Let me try one more. What's your favorite way to spend your free time?
I think I enjoy reading books and sometimes watching movies. It helps me relax and learn new things at the same time.
Perfect. Short, simple, and natural. That's exactly how real conversations work.
Yes, and if you're listening right now, you can practice with us. Pause the podcast and answer these same questions. Try to respond quickly without translating.
And remember, it's okay if your sentences are not perfect. The goal is to speak, not to be perfect. All right, now that you've seen how to think fast and speak smart, let's talk about some common mistakes that many learners make. Because sometimes, knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
That's absolutely right. And the first mistake is waiting too long before speaking. Many learners take too much time to think, trying to build the perfect sentence in their mind.
Yes, and by the time they're ready, the conversation has already moved on. Remember, communication is about connection, not perfection. It's better to say something simple quickly than something perfect too late.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second mistake, trying to sound perfect. When you focus too much on grammar and accuracy, your brain slows down and you lose confidence.
Right. You start overthinking every word, every tense, every structure. And that pressure makes speaking much harder than it should be.
Another common mistake is using difficult vocabulary unnecessarily. Some learners think that using big or advanced words will make them sound smarter.
But in reality, it often makes communication more difficult. Simple English is powerful. If your message is clear, you are already speaking smart.
And the last mistake is not practicing regularly. Many learners only think about English, but they don't actually speak it every day.
Exactly. Without daily practice, your brain doesn't get the training it needs to respond quickly. Speaking is a skill. You have to use it to improve it.
So avoid these mistakes. Don't wait too long, don't chase perfection, don't complicate your language, and don't skip practice.
If you can fix these small habits, you'll see a big improvement in how fast and confidently you speak English. Before we move to the end, let's talk about something very important: your mindset. Because the truth is, improving your English is not just about techniques. It's also about how you think about yourself and your progress.
That's so true. Many learners feel frustrated because they want fast results. They think, why am I still slow? Why can't I speak fluently yet? But learning a language takes time, patience, and consistent effort.
Exactly. You don't become fast by waiting, you become fast by practicing. Every time you speak, even if it's not perfect, you are training your brain to respond more quickly.
And instead of focusing on your mistakes, start focusing on your progress. Maybe today you speak a little faster than yesterday. That's improvement.
Yes, and confidence doesn't come first. Confidence comes after action. The more you speak, the more confident you become.
So change your mindset. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Use them as part of your learning. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start speaking now.
Because the more you practice, the faster you think, and the smarter you speak. All right, let's quickly go over what we learned today. If you want to think fast and speak smart in English, the first thing you need to do is stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. Even if your sentences are simple,
Yes, and remember, simple English is powerful. You don't need difficult words or perfect grammar to communicate effectively. What really matters is that you speak clearly and respond without too much delay.
we also talked about using simple sentence patterns like I think, I feel, and I want, because these help you start speaking quickly and naturally.
And don't forget daily practice. Ask yourself simple questions and answer them immediately in English. This is one of the best ways to train your brain to think faster.
We also learned how useful small phrases can be, like let me think or that's a good question. These give you time to organize your thoughts while keeping the conversation going.
And finally, avoid common mistakes. Don't wait too long, don't try to be perfect, and don't stop practicing.
So here's our final advice. Focus on progress, not perfection. Speak a little every day, keep it simple, and trust the process.
Because step by step, day by day, you will become faster, more confident, and more natural in English.
If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, now it's your turn to take action. Don't just listen. Practice what you learned today. Start thinking in English, speak out loud, and try to respond quickly in your daily life.
Yes, and here's a simple challenge for you. Today, ask yourself at least 3 questions in English and answer them immediately. Keep your answers short, simple, and natural.
And we'd love to hear from you. What is the biggest challenge you face when speaking English? Is it thinking fast, confidence, or vocabulary? Let us know in the comments.
Also, if you want to improve your English step by step with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode.
And if you know someone who struggles with speaking English, share this podcast with them. Learning together is always more powerful.
Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to keep going.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.